Welcome to yet another episode. Should call this episode 3. This is Isofast Technologies, Digitally Wiser, and I'm your host Collins. And today we want to delve into a very fundamental matter concerning what the internet basically is, and it's a word that you've had being used globally. And we would say that just in a layman's language that it's a global network that connects millions of computers and devices. So it means the very many devices that you see, very many computers that you see, they are connected together by what is called the internet. So it means that it actually facilitates the sharing of information, communication, and access to services. So I want you to think of it as a digitally or a digital highway where data just travels between users and servers. Users need to share information, to exchange information, and there is also what is called the servers. So there is just this highway where data just keeps on traveling in and out, and basically that is what is called the internet. And another basic thing that you should also know is what is referred to as a World Wide Web versus the internet. And the internet, I want you to think of it as an infrastructure, and the web as a service that actually runs on it. So there is, on the other hand, an infrastructure, and there is on the other end what is referred to as what? A service. So it means that things like websites, what an email is. You have many of us have smartphones where we have apps. So it means these that I've actually mentioned, they use the internet to function. And without the infrastructure that is actually the internet, there would be no web. So it means when we speak about the World Wide Web or the WWW, actually that is actually facilitated via the internet. And you've had the word URL, which is actually also an internet basic, which just means uniform resource locators, which are just like addresses. They are addresses that are used to find websites. Now, you've also heard about Google, you've heard about Bing. And in the world of technology, they're referred to as search engines, where you key in whatever you key in, then you get the info that you need. And you've had browsers like Chrome, Firefox. So these actually facilitate you and they help you to browse whatsoever information. So when you type in a word in the browser that you're actually browsing, then you type and enter, you are using a search engine. So it's just a very fancy word just to mean where you just type to find information using keywords, right? Yeah. And just also in a nutshell on also how the internet works, it works through an ISP, which is just a short form for internet service providers, where actually data is sent like in packets using these what is referred to as an IP address. This IP address, it helps information or the correct information to reach the destination, and the speed on which the information would travel depends on the connection type that you're using. I know most of us use the mobile data, most of us use the Wi-Fi, some of us use the fiber. So whatever you're using, that would depend on the speed and to which you'll be connected. And you see, as you're using these that we've spoken about, it's also safe to ensure that you are safe online, and it's good to be cautious of phishing emails and spams and malware, and it's good to use antivirus softwares and strong passwords, whereby when you use these secure websites, you'll be able to, for instance, even shop and you are secure. But I would end this video just with a fun fact, because some of us I know do not know this. Did you know that actually the internet began, or the word ARPANET, which now led to internet in the 1960s, was a military project, And because we've been evolving from 1960s into 70s into 80s into 90s into the 2000s, actually it now evolved into the public internet that we use today. Actually, that's actually a very fun fact, right? Yeah, so just summary of that just under some few minutes. So again, this is ISOFAST Technologies, digitally wiser, where you learn, we innovate together, and we explore. Thank you.